Hello and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Addie and today we are back with another speed build. Today we are building an art center for the world that came with Get Together. So Windenburg, we're building for Windenburg. And this build actually I think is really cool. The concept is that this is like a small business. Obviously it's not really a small business, but like in theory, it's a small business, you know what I mean? And so we have, a couple of things going on. We have sort of like I imagine that they rent it out. They sort of have like a gathering space, and then upstairs they have the actual like art studio section. And I really this build was actually originally going to be an art center, but it is very heavily inspired by the last build that I just did, that has the upstairs art space. That was like super messy and super, I don't know, just like really cool. I really liked that section of the build, so I built an entire thing based off of that. And we've finished kind of like the layout of the build, so it's kind of modern. This whole section is kind of strange because all of the buildings in the background are supposed to be like these very traditional you know what I mean? Like they're supposed to be very traditional kind of houses and buildings and stuff. And I'm over here building modern housing, but it's fine. It's not like, it's not super important. Just maybe a little bit weird if you look into it too much. But we are kind of going through and trying to pick a fence now. I decided to do this like blue suburban kind of vibe. So we've got like the traditional Tudor style, and then we actually end up having a lot of businesses and hobbies. And then we actually also have like a lot of the like artist studio kit and the workshop kit and that sort of thing. I actually really like this build. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know if it's like my favorite build that I've ever done in my life, but it is definitely cool. It's definitely up there with one of my favorites. And that's all I really ask when I build something, is that it's like kind of cool. And then we are working on the outside layout at the moment, and I'm gonna be getting like some plants in there, but we're just kind of getting some trees because I feel like this lot needs trees like desperately. And I was trying to check the like where the front of the build was, and the gallery just has not been loading for me at all, so we're struggling there, and I was not super appreciative. These trees are just base game trees, and I sized them down because the bigger ones are kind of a lot for this lot, so we just ignored their normal size. And then these bushes are base game too, and they actually fit really perfectly, and I was really happy about it because I feel like normally when I do that, it just doesn't work for me. And then we get some flowers in between the bushes. And then we are thinking about stuff. So I was thinking about how it would be nice to have like a better ability to edit the world around the lot. So instead of just having like the lot, you actually have like, I don't know, like stuff around the lot, you know what I mean? And we just don't have that. because there's like a single easel, and then there's like 5 easels outside of this lot. And then there's like a couple of tables, and there's like 1,500 tables outside this lot. And it's just kind of disappointing that the lots are so full. And then you look into like the center of the little square that we're in, and it's just empty, like completely empty. So, yeah, not my favorite thing about The Sims, but it is what it is. And I know like you could get mods theoretically like to do that, but I don't know. I just don't really. I'm not a huge fan of mods, and my brain is not like. It's not really. It's not super open to new ideas, so we just don't worry about it. We are inside now, and I'm trying to get some sort of like color scheme, and like this is where the like gathering space is, so you would host like dinners or parties here, and I imagine that they would like rent out this space for that purpose. And then we've got a lot of stuff in here. We've got the bookshelves, obviously this like kind of living room space, and then we have cool lighting. Like I tried to use not just like my normal saucer lights in here, not just my normal saucer lights. I do think that I end up using the saucer lights, but I think that I tried to not only use those. And then I'm trying to get like some more blue accents, because again, we were trying to go for like this blue color scheme. And so we've got like blue legs on the coffee table and blue chairs and like the bluish kind of microphone and stuff. And then we have, originally I was gonna have these buffet tables, but I end up switching it out for a coffee bar. So this lot does require that you have a bar, or I wouldn't have included one. In fact, this entire space is built around the fact that you need music is technically an art, but I do not I mean like visual arts. Like I would have wanted this to be like a visual arts thing. And so this entire space is just built around the fact that I need non-visual art things. So like a bar and music, and that's just not really the energy that I wanted for this. So in this room, they can do stuff. And then I get these, and these are actually really cool. They do tile really well, which is nice. And then you can size them down pretty easy, and they actually work out really well. And then we are getting we're getting a rug. And I would have really liked to have not needed a bar. Like straight up, I don't like that you need a bar for a lot of the non-bar lot types. Like if I don't want a bar, I feel like I shouldn't need to have a bar, especially for some place that's supposed to be like an arts center. Like I would never go to like an art museum and expect them to have a bar, you know? Not that this is really like an art museum, this is more of like a place to make art, but still, like, I don't know. Just not my favorite thing about this build. And then we move up to the bathrooms, and the bathrooms are actually like the complete opposite of the space that's up here. This space up here is like super cluttered, super cool. And the bathrooms are like the most sterile thing in this entire build, which is good, you know, like we like having clean bathrooms, and it's not very there's no personality in the bathrooms, but that's okay. Like the personality is elsewhere. The bathrooms are just meant so that your people don't pee their pants. And originally I was gonna do these high top tables from Discover University, and then I changed my mind. And we only get 4, because you only need 4 bar stools. And so we get 2 smaller high top tables on the outside. And now I'm going through and getting a bunch of wallpaper, and now we're doing the bathrooms. And I never do gendered bathrooms because I myself do not really like gendered bathrooms in this game. I find them really annoying. So we've got 3 unisex bathrooms, and they're all like single toilet. There's no stalls in these. And then there's also showers and stuff, because like I know that my Sims are kind of stupid and they like to pee their pants, so we put showers in there. And then I don't remember where I move next. I think I go back inside, and we end up getting this table out here on the outside with a couple of bar stools, and then we get what is it? We don't end up getting these, I don't think. I think we get rid of these on the porch and we move them to the outside. And we just get like some plants and some places to sit, I think, out here. I don't think that we actually end up getting any easels. So we've got these tables, and then we get like a giant plant. Well, that one, and then I was thinking of the wall one, like the divider one, this guy. And we're gonna kind of like switch everything around a little bit, so we get rid of the side tables, and we've just got the plants. And then we end up getting music out here as well, instead of having the easels. So we end up getting like a dance floor, and kind of leaning into that, like they would rent out this space. And then you can like use this to like dance and stuff. And we've got like a piano and microphones and all of that, and like violins, and I think we got a violin. I don't actually know if we got a violin. I don't think I put a violin, actually. Well, we have guitars, and we have a piano, and we have microphones and stuff. This space felt really empty. I wasn't sure what to do with it. So I started going through, and we put the fish, but I haven't switched out the buffet tables for the coffee bars, so that I think ends up going away, and we end up getting the coffee bar and then moving stuff around again. And we're moving upstairs now, and this is just a lot of kind of like filling in space, and like laying it out and fiddling with it. So I think I am gonna give you a life update. I don't know if it's really like interesting, but I slept really good on Tuesday, and I woke up feeling not in this reality. So that was fun. And then I don't know. That's kind of it, actually. My life has not been super interesting lately. My cat's joined us. He cares. I don't know if he really... I don't know if he's helping. Are you helping? He didn't say. But he's here with me. Just like next to me. And let's see. I'm trying to think of like fun things that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down to So I live in like a not like a super proper city, but I live in like a city. And but it's like a smaller city. And then I'm gonna go to a bigger city, like a big like actual metropolis area. Um this weekend. Because there's a store down there that I want to go to. But otherwise, not really that interesting. And right now we are switching out the buffet table for the coffee bar. We're moving the table over to the other side. We're getting a rug, be in the middle of the room, and it is the same rug as the other side, but just don't look too close. Just like don't worry about it, and it'll be fine. And then at this point, we are getting more, like, what's the word? We are getting more tables. That's the word. And they're just like all around the balcony because I didn't really know what to put out there, but I wanted it to have a balcony that was like had stuff. So we put that in there, and then we're getting more of these dividers. I don't love that they don't tile. I wish that they would automatically tile when you just placed them. But they don't, so you have to do it yourself. And then we are kind of moving stuff around again a little bit. And we're getting like flower benches. It's very similar to the original one that not the original, but like the other build that I just did up here, and it's like very messy. And this, again, I felt like this was owned by a by like their like one like a sim, you know, that this was like a what's it called, a small business, that's the word. So I felt like this sim probably makes enough money that they can afford like all their easels to look the same and all of their woodworking benches to look the same, and like all these plants, and the plants are probably real, and you know, they can afford these things. And so there's a lot of plants in here, like an excessive amount of plants in here. And I really like it. I think it's kind of cool. And then we get like some other plants in the cages, and I don't know, it's just like, it's like cool. And I don't really do a lot of like plant excessive builds. Like obviously I put plants and stuff, and like I do that with I do like, I don't know, like a lot of plants in like greenhouses and stuff, but I don't really do a lot of I don't know, we don't really do a lot of like plant lover places. So it was kind of fun to have that. We do have a sink that's not a bathroom sink, specifically so that you can wash like your brushes and stuff, because I felt like that was necessary. And then we do have like storage. I got rid of some of the easels. I wanted a lot of easels, and I feel like 6 is fine. Not my preferred amount. I wanted more, but I think that 6 is fine. And we got some like storage and you know, just like stuff. And right now it's looking very, like the floors are looking very clean. I imagine that this sim probably only cleans the floors like once a week. So they probably just come in here on their, like on the one day that it's actually closed, and they just pick up all the rugs and shake them out and sweep and mop and all of that, and then like it's super clean when you come in, if you come in like the first day after they're closed. And then as you like they get through the week, it's dirty, it gets dirtier and dirtier, because I imagine this is like a very popular place for people to come and hang out. And then we're just getting like a bunch of fans, because I imagine it's kind of stuffy in here. So we've got a bunch of fans in here, and then we are going through and putting in like all the newspapers and all the rugs and all of the paint and the sawdust and the, you know, like all the things. We're coming in here and doing all the things. And I really love the floor. Like normally I don't really put a lot of effort into the floor, and I said this in my last video too, but normally I don't put a lot of effort into the floor. And so when I do put effort into the floor, it feels really cool and really fun. And so we just have like a lot of stuff going on the floor. And there's like, I don't know, it's just cool. It's just cool, and it's one of my favorite things to kind of mess with. And I wish that we had like more messy stuff, you know what I mean? But it's fine. And then we are getting more plants, because I wanted it to be like very plant focused in here. Like there are plants everywhere, and she probably waters them. I imagine that the person who owns this is a she. And she probably like waters them at least every day. You know, like she is a dedicated plant and arts person. So we've got that, some fairy lights above the bathroom doors. And then we are kind of moving back outside, and we're getting the lights that I put over by the bathroom. And then I realized that the windows were off-centered. So what I ended up doing was using these like plant walls from Eco Lifestyle, and I really like them. I think they're kind of cool. And then we got some of we obviously had to get the columns because it kind of looked weird to have stuff sticking out. And then I was gonna use the same lights, but they didn't really fit. So we end up using these ones from Island Living, and they stick out really far, and I kind of liked it because it kind of felt like overhead lighting. I don't know if that means that your Sims can't walk through it. I did not play test it, so yeah, I don't know. You did? My cat said yeah when I said that I didn't play test it, so I don't know, maybe he plays tested it behind my back. Anyway, we're getting some planters and stuff, and then I'm gonna be getting some lighting. And there's like a bunch of lighting around here. And I use these, and I think they're really cool. Again, I don't really use them very much, so when I do use them, I'm like, oh wow, these are like really cool. But there's lights like all around. And then I think that's it. I think that's everything. We'll be getting some more lights around like these, but that's it. So we are kind of finishing up the build, just doing the lights. So if you liked it, if you would like and subscribe, that would really mean a lot, and I will see all of you next time. Bye now.